Our historic neighborhoods are long-term investments in our future. The embodied energy in these buildings represents not only our community's rich cultural heritage, but also many tons of avoided carbon. Respect for the labor and materials that built these significant spaces doesn't have to end when a building reaches the end of its life. While reuse is best, we must also plan for how to respond to building removal. That's where deconstruction comes in. Deconstruction is a sustainable building removal alternative to demolition and results in a structure being removed piece by piece, board by board, in the opposite order it was constructed. This maximizes the opportunity to salvage and reuse as many materials as possible. According to our partners in Portland, Oregon, one house deconstruction has the equivalent carbon offset as avoiding the use of 5.4 million plastic straws. In addition to the environmental benefits, deconstruction keeps high-quality materials from entering the landfill and helps retain significant building materials within the communities from which they originated. In 2020, San Antonio hosted a deconstruction think tank with experts from across the country. We asked them to promote sustainable practices and support our local economy. Here's what they told us.
I think it reinforces my belief that there are many ways to do reuse, but the most important way to do reuse is to consider the local conditions that exist in your neighborhood, your community, if you really want to be effective at doing this. That in order to preserve the whole of something, we need to make sure that we have the right parts. And I think that deconstruction allows us to have the parts to build a better whole.
We're shifting to messages of waste prevention. So if you really want to have a large environmental impact and produce better benefits to the environment, it's not just recycling, it's actually reducing the amount of waste that you're making. And we need to look at our construction waste and house removal as part of that whole picture. To me, it's part of that sort of hierarchy. Ideally, you should consider keeping the whole building in place, and if that's not an option, then save the parts.
We say that waste isn't waste until it's wasted. In other words, waste is a verb. It shows me the variety of perspectives from which to approach such a topic. There are so many types of good that come out of deconstruction, whether it's creating jobs and other economic benefits or environmental benefits or social benefits. There are a lot of ways to cook this egg.
Well, we're saving pieces of these homes, even though we're deconstructing them all the way down as if they weren't there. The reuse of the material helps the history live on. We talk about deconstructing houses as a way to honor the energy of old. Saving this precious material is a great way to honor these buildings and take care of our planet.
We see that our work is acting as a free market filter on the waste stream. I see that the recovery materials and getting them back into use can happen so many different ways. Whole chunks of houses, pieces of houses, or taking those and reconstituting them into something else. And there's so many ways of doing that. It's so helpful to hear how one community over here does this one way, one set of packages, and one over here does it a different way.
For more information on deconstruction in San Antonio, visit www.sareuse.com.